Hi guys, I get that it's not been long since our last release, the Seeds of Love collection, and thank you all for your support with that collection. It completely surpassed our expectations in terms of how much you loved it, and we've probably had the busiest couple of weeks ever here, packing orders and getting organised and so on. So thank you so much for your support, and please keep the makes coming on our group and tag me on Instagram and so on, because I love seeing what you're creating with that collection. But I needed to just come on here and tell you about an upcoming show that we've got on Hobby Maker on the 24th of February. So that's Monday, a week on Monday. So Sharon will be with you on there. I'm not sure of the times yet. We'll check on the schedule nearer the time. But then it will release on our website on the Friday of that week, so the 28th of February. It's not a huge release, but I'm hoping it will have you covered for Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and just general crafting. I think you might like it. It's got some really cute characters in it. And we'll start off by showing you the You Are Loved stamp set. And the idea behind this one, as the name suggests, it's about, well, potentially about mums and babies, or mums and children, dads and children, but it could be anyone. It could be grandparent, it could be a friend, it could be a teacher, whatever you think. So there's 5 different sets of characters. We've got a red panda, or if you coloured it differently, it could actually be a raccoon, I guess. I don't really know much about raccoons, but I'll just show you how I've... So there's me colouring it as a red panda. We've then got a rhino with its baby. We've got an otter with its baby and a fish as well. We've got a flamingo and a bear. And now the bear is actually created so that it looks like it's lying down with the baby sat on its legs. So that's quite a different way of doing things. These would be great for perhaps the way it's looking up in the sky there, like maybe stars, so like a nighttime one, or something like that. And the flamingo as well, cute, with a little baby flamingo. So cute characters. And then the sentiments, we've got mum and mummy, dad and daddy. And then there's little extra bits that you can pop with them. So you could say special mum, my mum, best mum, or special dad, special daddy. And then there's some extras that you can put afterwards. We've got you are my everything, thanks for being you, my world, my hero. So you could say something like special dad, thanks for being you, or my daddy, my hero, or special mum, you are my everything. So lots of different combinations that you can make up with those sentiments. Then there's also some extra sentiments that are a bit more general, like special times, loving life, sending hugs, you mean the world to me, you are loved, and love you. There's also obviously our normal space fillers, which space fillers doesn't really do them justice. I love these stamps for wreath building, background creating, just adding accents to your projects. And there's lots of them in here. So we've got some foliage, some hearts, little flowers and different things, stars. So great set to play with, lots of different options, lots of different kind of sentiments and occasions that you could use it for. So that's You Are Loved. We've then got, I'll just show you as well while I'm here, the little flamingos there. So they're really great to colour. They're just so sweet. So then we have Dress Up, Show Up. Now, this is kind of an Easter set. It's really suitable for Easter, but if you know me, you know that I don't like to make a stamp set that is just for one occasion. I like you to be able to use it year round. So it's basically just fancy dress elephants, I guess. So we've got 4 elephants in here, 2 dressed up as bunnies, 1 sat down, 1 stood up, 1 dressed as a chicken, and 1 dressed as a sheep. Excuse me. Then we've got the sentiments, feel better soon, hey chick, happy Easter, Easter wishes, just chicken in on you, some bunny loves you, dress up, show up, never give up, sending hugs, so happy for you, love you. And then we've got the accents in there as well, the curly little accents, sorry, excuse my voice. The curly little accents here you could actually use with the sheep to make it look like he's got a woolly fleece. And then we've got some leaves and some hearts and stuff as well, as always with our sets. And these are quite sizable, these images. If I just get a ruler, I can tell you. So this elephant, for example, is about 8 centimetres tall. So the bunny's 9 with his ears as well. So they're quite sizable, so they're nice to colour, and they're also good for paper piecing. So if you don't like colouring, then you could use maybe our Stamp Up stampy paper pad to do, that's got lots of grey tones in it that you could do with the elephant, and then you could use one of the papers that I'm about to show you in a minute, perhaps to stamp and cut the costumes out of. So it's good for paper piecing as well because it's quite a large size. So that's Dress Up, Show Up. I'll just show you how good these are to colour as well. So there's the bunny sat down. We've got the, I say bunny, elephant dressed as a bunny. Then we've got the one dressed as a chicken there, and the one as a sheep. So they're really sweet to colour. So they'd be great for Easter, like I say, but also year round. I think they would work for different occasions too. So that's Dress Up, Show Up. We've then got an A6 stamp set called Petite Petals, and this one is a really good size heart shaped out of little petals and like little flowers. This is great to use as a focal point on your project, or also as a background. You can know lots of different techniques that you could do. Maybe doing an ombre effect, or stamping, embossing, and different things like that. So that's the kind of main stamp. And then we've got the little guy dressed with his mushroom toadstool hat on, a little toadstool there, and then we've got some foliage bits, which again are great to build up background or use as an accent. And then we've got some nice sentiments: love you lots, happy wishes, just a note, special times, sending smiles, and hello. So this is just an all-round one that would work with any of our characters really, and yeah, just really sweet. So that's Petite Petals. You can see there that I've done like a kind of ombre effect with the flowers there, so that's one way to use it. We then have some paper pads. And the paper pads are quite different from our normal style. I know that you're used to us having a lot of rainbows in our papers. In this instance, I've chosen to do something a little bit different. So Ditzy Pastels works really well, particularly with the Eastery kind of effect, because it's lots of pastel-y kind of colours. And as I said before, because you'll see the Ditzy prints, so the tiny prints, they actually work really well for the paper piecing. So if you wanted to stamp this one, for example, on, and then you could cut it out and you could have like a little pinky purpley colour bunny suit on. So good for paper piecing, but also great for die cutting, using as a background, building up one on top of the other. So we've got 5 different coloured background sheets. There's actually one missing because I've been using this pad. Go through, so it's 5 different 5 different Ditzy prints. Oh, there is, I must have used ones from the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the 5 different Ditzy prints, and then we've got 5 where we use the same colour but just with the Ditzy prints in the background, full sheets, and also the decorative type versions. So that's the 10. So then you get 3 of each as per normal with our pads, and that's 190 GSM. So that's Ditzy Pastels. We've then got the China Blue stamp set, paper pad, and this is just so lovely. I absolutely love blue, and this one reminds me of the blueprint sketch colour from the Distress line, and I've called it China Blue because it reminds me of that old kind of china where you have the white with the blue pictures on. So this one's slightly different for us, lots of florals, but also our, some sort of patterned ones, and lots of sort of dreamy watercolory type effects. Great for backgrounds, great for a focal point, and quite different for us. So this is China Blue. Again, 10 designs, 3 of each, 190 GSM. I love this one. It makes an instant background. So if you just literally wanted to take one of your images and just pop it on the front, and then just pop a sentiment on, it would be perfect background. So that's China Blue. We've then got 3 different sage versions. So we've got Simply Sage, first of all. This is on a white background, and lots of different sage and green, like, I don't know if you're getting the colour well there, but this is a lovely sage green, and then it's just got the darker pop of green as well, just to set it off. And it's beautiful colour, but really lovely. Again, like I say, just popping a character on the front, it's an instant background. This would also work really well with the Seeds of Love collection. Again, some petals on there, different greens, 10 designs, 3 of each, 190 GSM. And then we've got a craft version, slightly different papers, but on a craft background anyway, but with the same kind of sage colour, which I think is just lovely. And it looks really lovely on the craft as well. It's quite sort of botanical looking with the craft and the green. So again, 10 sheets, 3 of each. Not sure the colour's translating very well on this, but hopefully you'll be able to see it. I love this one, the spots. Just gorgeous. Okay, sorry about that. So you've got the sage blossom as well, which is the green and pink on the craft. So similar kind of designs. Again, 10 designs, but beautiful. I love green and pink together, and it just looks great on the craft background as well. So these would be great for your Mother's Day cards or your kind of Eastery type cards, if you like a kind of more rustic look with the craft as well. So that's sage blossom. Again, 10 different designs, 3 of each, and it's 190 GSM. So that's the 3 different sage. So we've got Simply Sage Craft, and Sage Blossom. So that's those. Then we have an embossing folder and stencil set, and it's called Heart Mix Up. And the embossing folder on its own just gives you, I'll show you it on black and white, just gives you a simple heart background, which looks lovely just in its own right. I can actually show you one in a minute where I've just used it, and I haven't used the stencil alongside it. So you could use the heart embossing folder just on its own, but it actually comes with a heart mix-up stencil, which is 2 stencils in one, and it enables you to do one set of the one side of the heart at a time, and it allows you to create effects like this, where so you literally use the first stencil and ink through, or however you want to do it, and then you take that away. It's really easy to line up. There's nothing complicated about it at all. You pop the second side down and you do the other side. So on this one, I've inked the first side, put the second one down, and I've actually used some gilding flake through the other one. So pop some glue down and then pop the gilding flake on. So there's lots of different ways you can use this. And then of course, once you've done that, you can then emboss it afterwards. I've got another one here where I've used the stencil. I've inked through one side of the stencil, and then the second side I've actually stamped. So I've popped the stencil down and then just stamped into the gaps. Just gives a different effect. And then I've embossed that one as well. So it's a really simple design, but it's really good fun to play with. So makes a great background or a focal image on your project. So that's the heart mix up, and that will come as a complete set, the embossing folder and 2 stencils as well. And then lastly, in this release, we've got the Scalloped circle die. You may have seen this one pop up on some of my samples previously because I've not been able to stop using it. And it allows you to create a scalloped circle in 2 different sizes. And I'll show you what those sizes are. So that's the biggest one, and then the smallest one. So if I show you size-wise, so the biggest one is about 10 centimetres across, and the smallest one is about 5 centimetres. So they're good. This one might be good for put in sentiment, you know, stamp your sentiment in and frame it, or you could have characters in this one, use it as a frame. But it's a really useful die, and I've actually snipped the biggest one, just cut through it and then rolled it up and made it into flowers. Now, I'm no good at this. You need to pay attention to Dee on my design team. She's really good at doing them. She sent me photos of hers and they look very neat compared to mine. So I apologise now, but I will show you how I've used them. So this is using that. So I've used the embossing folder in the background, just literally on white. Then I've cut the scalloped circle out of one of the papers from the Ditzy Pastels set. I've used the image from the You Are Loved, and then I've literally cut from just plain white, and from 2 of the different ones from the Ditzy Pastels, I've just cut the scallop circle, cut into it, rolled it up, and then I've just used one of the leaf dies that I've got in my stash. And it makes a nice simple, that'll be great for a Mother's Day card. I've not actually added a sentiment to mine, but you could use it for any occasion really. So that's quite a nice way of doing it. But as I say, don't look too closely at the flowers. They're not great. They're kind of a bit torn and shabby chic looking. And then I've just popped some micro beads in the middle just to hide all the sort of glue and workings and so on. So that's quite cute. And then I'll show you another one that I've done where I've just used the embossing folder again in the background on an inky background, so it doesn't need to be plain. And then I've used the scallop circle die and the You Are Loved again on the front of that. So simple embossing folder, but actually really, really effective and really fun to play with. And I've got lots of other samples as well, so keep your eyes peeled for those. So that's the complete release. As I say, that will be launching on Hobby Maker on the 24th of February, which is a Monday, so a week on Monday, and then on our website on the Friday, the 28th. So hope you can join us there, or join Sharon. She'll be there on the Monday for me at Hobby Maker, and I hope you like it. I'd love to know what you think.